Now, we are recording and welcome everybody. We are starting with a 5-minute warm-up walk if you're a walker, or 5-minute jog if you're a runner, or if you're a run walker, start with 5-minute jogging. As you start yourself feeling you're breathing a little harder, just walk it for a few seconds. When your breathing comes down, and we're letting Victoria in. And then when your breathing rate comes down, then start jogging again for you run, walk people. And Victoria, welcome. We are recording. I'm going to mute you. Oh, you just muted yourself. Welcome back. And I expect probably some other people will be joining in as we start, but we are doing a 5-minute warm-up jog or 5-minute walk for you walkers, and 5-minute little of both if you're a run walk. And I think everybody has been with us before, but if you're a run walker, when we do the high intensity stuff, you want to do all run only. And then when you do recovery, you can do all walk, but you may want to throw in a little jogging because none of us really want to lower our heart rate too much more than about 10, 15 beats per minute, which would be sizable. Beyond that, you're spending too much time just getting your heart rate back up again to make the high intensity work valuable. So you don't want to drop your heart rate too much during recovery. So even run walk people might want to jog after you walk a few seconds. And we are 1:30 into our 5-minute warm up. Then we're going to do some plyometrics. I should tell all of you while you were warming up something exciting that you may not know, and that is that as long as the LA Marathon continues with their plan to announce this week, and they haven't done it yet that I know of, the LA Marathon date, which they're supposed to, as long as they continue to do that, we will, based on the date they were talking about behind the scenes, we start LA Marathon training in December, which is in about 2-3 weeks from now. So that is, now since they've announced that they're going to make an announcement kind of behind the scenes, but they're going to make it public, the numbers of the virus have escalated exponentially. So we don't know, what they're thinking of about making their announcement, about making an official date in the, shall we say, future. It will not be March, that is absolutely true, but it will be a later date. That's what they were thinking of. We'll see, stay tuned. The excitement continues as the COVID virus increases. We are at 3 minutes of your 5-minute, real easy, low heart rate, just moving the muscles, oiling the muscles. Actually, there is no real oil. Lubricating the muscles, that is true. Just getting a warm up, engaging muscles. We are coming up on 3:30, minute and a half to go in our warm up before we do plyometrics and a little more stuff. Now, 3:30. So we are gonna, well, I'll tell you about it later. We have an exciting video for those of you who stick around to the end of this workout tonight, just before our stretch. You will see, oh, and I'm letting in Ellen, there we go. You will see a video tonight that I think will inspire all of you. And I'm going to be talking about the theme of all of that as we progress in our workout this evening. We are a little over 4 minutes into our 5-minute warm-up, walk or jog tonight, depending on whether you're a walker or a runner. So real easy. Ellen, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, I'm going to mute your mic as I have done with everyone else. We are recording tonight. Oh, you already did it. Thank you. And we are just doing a warm-up, easy walk, or for runners, it would be a jog. And we have 20 seconds left to go. Then we're going to do some active warm-up stuff, what we might call active stretches. And then we're going to do some little plyometrics, kind of jumping stuff. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can slow down and stop. Let's move my screen over so you guys can see me. And let's do some warm-up stuff. Just loosening up. I think you can sort of see me. Let me lower my screen a little more. You can see my foot. Good. With that, let's just roll your foot around in a circle like I'm doing now, about 10 times in one direction. Make it a big circle, not just up and down or kind of this kind of thing, but really around, engaging the ankle. And I'm guessing that's about 10. Now let's go the other direction. Just the same thing, the other direction. And that's 5, 6, 8. And the other foot, here we go, begin. And 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10, and the other direction. You don't have to hold your foot up, your leg up so high. I'm just doing it so you can see me. And I think that's about 10. And let's put your hands on your knees with your feet a couple inches apart. And roll your knees around one way, about 10 times. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can feel that IT band right on the side of your leg there as you do that. And let's go the other direction. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just loosening up. 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Don't ask me about my counting system. And put your hands on your hips and stretch up that TFL, those hip flexors right in there on one side, and then go down the front and to the other side, stretching out that hip. You don't want to go too far backwards. And about 10 times, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good. And I'm going to back up a little more so you can see me. Let's kick your leg up. We're going to engage our hamstring muscles and loosen them up a little bit. And 1, about 10 times, 2, and 3. And go back a little bit and tighten up your glutes in the back there as you go back. And 4, 5, we're going to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And let's go with the other leg. Here we go. Begin. And 1. Whoops. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And let's just really quick standing calf stretch with your leg straight behind you and your foot in line with your eyesight there. And here we go. Ready? Begin not at an angle that way, but in line with your eyesight, perpendicular to your shoulders. That's our calf stretch. Begin in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other foot. And begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's just kind of grab your ankle, your heel. We're going to loosen up our quads here and begin in 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10, and 11, and 12 and 13, 10 each, 14, 15, that makes 20, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Bring your thigh up. We're going to engage our hips and up and over and down. And the other one up and over and down. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, 11 and 12 and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. We're going to just with one leg forward, if you can see, bring your hand up over your head and then just touch the side of your shoe or the side of your leg there, whichever you're comfortable with. And here we go. Ready? And 1 and 2. We're just putting some weight on the leg. And 3, engaging those muscles. And 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And the other foot. Here we go. Ready? Begin. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, oops, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last active stretch we're going to do is just put your feet a couple inches apart, about a shoulder width apart, and just sit back. We're going to do squats. You don't want your knees going forward. You want to sit back and go down as far as you can. And so your knees are at about a 90-degree angle, and then back up again. So let me show you. Here we go. Ready? And begin. 10 of them. And 1, up, and 2, up, and 3, up, 4, up, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Good. With that, let's do a little bit of plyometrics. For those of you who might be injury prone, or you're getting over an injury, you can do them just like I'm doing them now, just real slowly, just to engage muscles. For everybody else, we're going to do them rapid fire, the rhythm of running, which is about 180 steps per minute, which you'll hear on our metronome later as we're doing it. So ready? Front kicks first, then back kicks, then high knee. Here we go, just like every week. And begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And back kicks. Just kick your heel up to what is comfortable. Here we go. Ready? Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And high knee. Ready? Here we go. Pardon me. And begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And done. So, whoops. With that, I'm out of breath. With that, you have a minute 30 jog or warm up slow walk. So let's start minute 30 jog. And here we go. Begin. And 1 second into it. We are not going to stop until the end of the workout tonight. So it's all begun, just the warm up. This minute 30, as usual, it's just a warm up, is going to be followed by 15 seconds of marathon pace. So you're only speeding up about, so let's call it about 10% faster. That's it. So still pretty slow. It's what you can do for 26 miles, that pace. That's what we're going to speed up to in about 45 seconds from now. We're 45 seconds into it. So great work, you guys. Excuse me. And then as soon as we get through our warm-up, I'll start telling you about our theme, our little sort of stories. We always have a little science and we always have a little story that we're going to be doing tonight while you guys are on recovery laps from these really pretty long, intense sessions. And we only have a few of them tonight, but it's about the same amount of time as normal, but they're a little less intense overall. And here we go. We're coming up on that 15-second session and ready to speed up a little bit right now. So you're now 15 seconds at marathon pace. And you're 10 seconds, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and slow it down, everybody. Minute 30 again, jog. Just minute 30 jog, very easy. Slow walk or just slow run. Run walkers, just slow run. And you can slow down and walk if your heart rate or your breathing rate increases a little. But mostly run, mostly jog. Jog is a slow run. So we are 30 seconds into our minute 30, a jog or slow walk. So good job, you guys. Like I said, I actually have a video for you guys to watch tonight. And I'll talk about that in a little bit once we start our second set of high intensity. We're a minute into it in the minute 30. And again, we're going to speed up to marathon pace for 15 seconds. And then we got another minute 30, and then we speed up to 10K, then another minute 30, then we speed up to 10K again. And then we got 3 minutes, and then we start our high intensity work. So the good news about this warm up, we're going to speed up in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This is just marathon pace, 2, 1. Here we go, and speed up to marathon pace, 15 seconds, and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And let's everybody slow it back down to that slow walk or jog, depending on whether you're a walker or a runner. And good. The good news about the warm-up that we do, that's kind of long. It's 15 minutes total, just warm up. The whole high intensity work is only 22 minutes with 17 minutes recovery on top of that. But still, the benefit to the warm up is you're getting a lot of aerobic work, which translates into endurance. Yes, you're warming up your body, you're doing all of that, but you are gaining endurance ability from this warm up. That's the real one benefit from doing all this long warm up, and also less risk of injury. I find, especially on cold nights in the middle of the winter, which we're not at yet, but I find a lot less, even just my vision and what I see, a lot less calf cramping when it's cold, when we do this long involved warm up an active stretch kind of thing. And we're going to speed up in 8 seconds, 7, 6. This is now 10K pace, so about 20% faster. And here we go, 3, 2, 1, and go, 10K pace. So you're now going a little bit faster. This is about 80% of your maximum effort, what they call maximal effort. I love that word. Your maximal effort. So you're going to be breathing a little bit here. And let's slow it down. There we go. 1:30 again, slow walk or jog. But walk it out, runners, walk it out a little bit and then start jogging again as soon as you can. Although your heart rate shouldn't have gotten that high in 15 seconds. But anyway, we're 20 seconds into a 1:30 jog. This 1:30 is going to be followed by the final 15-second segment, again at 10K pace, or about 80% of your maximal effort. So we're now 40 seconds into our 1.5, and then we'll speed up for 15. Then you still have that 3-minute jog or slow walk before we hit the high intensity work. And the high intensity work always starts with 2 minutes just to really engage those muscles that first set. 2 minutes, I always do 2 minutes the first set at 80% or 10K pace, or what we call threshold pace if you're calculating your V dot. So we have 15 seconds left before you speed up. And 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, here we go, 4, 3, 2, 1, and speed up to 10K pace for 15 seconds. You go and you are 5 seconds into it, 10 seconds, and let's slow it down. And you have 3-minute jog, 3-minute jog. And then we're going to just immediately go into our first 2-minute high intensity effort. We're not stopping until we're done. 2-minute high intensity effort at about 80%. And hopefully all you guys are in a well-lit, safe area without a lot of cars or whatever. You don't have to run in the street. And hopefully there are no uneven sidewalks or anything that you can trip over, or curbs, or those car bumpers in parking lots that cars back into, or those spikes, excuse me, at exits, and you're in a safe, well-lit area. While I choke. We are 50 seconds into your 3-minute easy effort. And I should say that easy is a jog or a slow walk. Good, this is about the right time. And we are about to start our high intensity work. It is now 6:57 and we're right on track, just like we did at Santa Monica High School. And we're almost halfway of that 3 minutes. We are 1:30 into that right now. Great work, you guys. Good warm up. And now the real fun stuff begins when we get to speed up. So in about 1:15, we're going to speed up for 2 minutes only, but 2 minutes to that 10K pace that you just did twice for 15 seconds only. We're going to speed up to that 80% of your maximum effort, 80%, and 10K pace, what we might call threshold pace, if you're calculating your V dot value. And we have 45 seconds left to go right now. Well, back a couple seconds ago. Coming up on 30 seconds to go. And that is right now. And here we go. Have some fun. You know, this for runners, this is a time where you truly do fly. 20 seconds to go, because running means both feet are off the ground, maybe only for a third of a second, but both feet are off the ground at the same time when you are running. You have 5, 4, here you go, 3, 2, 1, speed up and go. 2 minutes, you are on the clock. I won't start the metronome on this one yet. I will do that with the next one. We have 2-minute high intensity effort. Oh, and James, thank you for liking the photo on Instagram earlier. I know you're out there on a treadmill. Good job, you guys. I'm going to my metronome here. We are 40 seconds into your 2-minute effort. Good. And coming up on 1 minute. How's everybody's doing here? Good. We are 1:15 into your 2-minute effort. That's 45 seconds to go. Your 10K pace. Coming up next is 2 minutes of that walk jog that we were doing in our warm-up. So slow walk for walkers. Walk it out a little bit for runners and then begin to jog that slow run for runners. We have 20 seconds to go in this 2-minute period and then 2-minute recovery, like I just said. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's shut it down. We have 2 minutes, slow walk, and runners can walk it out a minute. After a couple seconds, start to jog when your heart rates come down a little bit. You don't want to get your heart rate down too much. Keep in mind your breathing and your heart rate are all in this indicative of the same thing, of levels of intensity. Or you might say rate of perceived exertion. That rate of perceived exertion will drop slightly and then start jogging again. So we're already 35 seconds into your 2-minute cool down, recovery. It's not a cool down, it's just a recovery. Cool down's the end. We will have a cool down for 5 minutes at the very, very end. Next up, 3 sets of 6 minutes with only 3 minutes in between each set. Same pace, 80% of your maximal effort, or 10K pace, or we'll call it threshold pace for those of you calculating your V dot value. So we got about 45 seconds to go now, and then we speed up again for 6 minutes this time, same as the 2-minute intensity, but for 6 minutes total. And it's kind of a quick one tonight, sort of. We got 3 sets of 6 and 1 set of 2 minutes left. That's it, and we're done. I know, go figure. So 20 seconds left to go, and then we speed up. And then I'll turn on the metronome. The point of the metronome, of which I think most of you know, is with every tap of the metronome, you want to try and tap your foot to the ground. The quicker tap rate, the less pounding and flying through the air. Walkers and runners as well. Here we go. Let's speed up and go. That 6 minutes to 80% maximal effort, 10K pace, threshold pace. We're off and running. There's the 180 beats a minute or steps per minute, and we're rolling. We are 20 seconds into our 6-minute period. And then I'll start telling you my story of the evening and a little science. I think you'll really love this video that I have. But that's at the very end. Coming up. Great work, you guys. And Galit, keep sliding. Good job. James, I see you running on the treadmill. And I see everybody else out there, sorta. We are over 1 minute, 10 seconds into our 6-minute period. Great work, you guys. Great effort. It would be great if I could see heart rate. That would be an amazing thing if I could figure out how to do that, is to see heart rate on each one of your monitors, which I can't, obviously. But wouldn't that be a great thing? Anyone figures out how to way to do that. I don't think Strava is really live, not that way. We are coming up on 2 minutes. We are at two minutes, right there. We are 2.5 minutes into it now. And good job. Coming up on 3 minutes. It's going fast. You guys are getting into it. Great work, high intensity effort. This is designed to raise your threshold as opposed to really engaging faster muscles. This is designed to give you, heighten your endurance. We're over 3 minutes into it. Heighten your long distance ability, shall we say. .330, 2.5 minutes left to go, less than 2.5 to go. And we are coming up on 4 minutes in your 6-minute effort, right now, 4 minutes. Good job, you guys. Keep going with it. Great work. Four and a half minutes, less than a minute and a half to go. Coming up on 5 minutes. Only a minute left to go, and we are there. Couple seconds. Keep going, you guys. That's 5 minutes. Minute to go, less than a minute to go. We're doing 2 more of these 6-minute segments, then a 2-minute segment, a little faster, then we're done. Then you get to see the video. 5.5 minutes into your 6-minute set right now. Less than 30 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go, and then just slow walkers walk, and runners just walk for a bit, and then jog or slow run is what a jog is. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow it down, everybody. Let's turn that racket off. And we have a 3-minute recovery jog, and then we'll have 2 more 6-minute sets. After the 3-minute, we'll go into another of 2 more 6-minute sets, followed by the 2-minute. So here's the theme for this evening that I'm kind of holding on to. Although I told you about the LA Marathon, we'll see if they announce this week, though they're supposed to, the date of the actual race for the Pasadena half and the full, and even a 5K that they're hoping to do. Before all of that, the Pasadena half, the 5K, then the half, then the LA Marathon, all months apart from each other, but in that order. The theme is, I touched on this last week when I was talking about this young man, Chris Nikic, and I showed you some pictures of him, who had Down syndrome, 26-year-old young man who was the first human with Down syndrome to cross the finish line on an Ironman. Well, I want to show you something else Ironman-wise, but it is indicative of all endurance sport. And it doesn't matter whether you're a runner, whether you're a swimmer, a cyclist, or you're doing all 3 in triathlon. This is true of our sport. And Chris, last week, when he did this, was really exemplifying this idea that in the outside, what we call normal world, with what we'll call normal people, not all of you uber athletic types, whether you see yourself that way or not, you are. You're not normal. Normal is probably incapable of running or brisk walking a mile. Normal is probably on the verge of some horrible disease. That's normal. You don't want to be normal. You guys are doing great. Our endurance world puts people that might not be in the limelight, may not be thought of as exemplary, in an exemplary high level of honor and esteem, the likes of which I have not seen in the normal world. Not for any real reason. Here we go. We're going to kick it off in 5, 4, that's 6-minute segment, 3, 2, 1, and begin 6 minutes high intensity. And I'm going to go into more of that talk in a minute when you're done with this. High intensity, we're off and running. 6 minutes total, and then only a 3-minute recovery, 1 more 6-minute set, and a 2-minute set, and then recovery, and we are watching our video. And then we'll have group stretch. 30 seconds into it already. Great work, you guys. Good job. Great effort. You're 1 minute into it. Good job, you guys. While you're running and listening to the metronome, hopefully trying to speed up your taps on the ground, you're touching your foot to the ground. I want you to focus on some psychological ideas, just positive mental reinforcement that you can do this. You got this. I heard a lecture today that the idea of positive mental reinforcement, like people in a crowd cheering for you, will actually generate greater ability. And the person with the crowd, with positive reinforcement that they've been working on, in this case with a therapist for the study, actually did better than the control group, the same control group that did not increase without the work on positive reinforcement with a therapist. So work on thinking good things. I can do this. I can cross that finish line. I got this. I'm amazing. All of those things will help you do better, even in your training. Studies show. We are at 2 minutes, and that's something I'm going to be talking about, I believe, in 2 weeks from now, is the mental game to getting mentally tough. How do you do that? You just can't say, I will now be mentally tough. You can't do that. What are the tools that you can really use to get there? And I have about 6, 7 of them, actually, that I'll give you guys. We're 3 minutes into your 6-minute second set. Over halfway there. Great work, you guys. Great, great work. Excellent. You got this. Good job, everybody. We're coming up on 1.5 minutes. Good. We're over 3.5 minutes into it. Coming up on 4 minutes, only 2 minutes left to go right now. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes to go. Great work, you guys. And I see Galit sliding back and forth on her machine, her track. Good job, you guys. Great effort. It is definitely dark out there for those of you who are outside or inside who don't know. We're coming up on 4.5 minutes. Keep going. 4.5 minutes right now. Excellent effort, you guys. Excellent. Hmm. Five minutes in your 6-minute segment, 1 minute less than 1 minute to go. Great work, you guys. Listen to that metronome, hear yourself saying good psychological, motivating things. I got this, I can do this, over and over and over in your head. 40 seconds left to go, not even. "30 seconds left to go in this 6-minute set. One more 6-minute set after recovery, 3-minute recovery, and then a 2-minute high intensity segment. And then we do our cool down, our 5-minute cool down, jog or a slow walk. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's slow it down. Slow down the walk, and everybody walk it out as a runner. And just relax, get your heart rate down. For those of you who are runners, in a couple seconds, when your rate of perceived exertion comes down a little bit, your breathing rate is a little lower, then just start jogging. Same thing with run walk people. When your heart rate comes down a little more, just start jogging. Slow run. That's definition of a jog is any slower and you're walking. So just jog it out a little bit here. Sorry, and we're going for 3 minutes recovery. That real easy pace for 3 minutes. You don't want to lower your heart rate too much, but definitely you do want to lower your heart rate a bit. As I say, about 10 to 15 beats per minute. You want to lower your heart rate. And we are coming up on 30 seconds into that 3-minute recovery period. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Anyway, good job, you guys. So I mentioned a psychological benefit to motivating yourself to think things that are motivating, like, I got this, I can do this, I'm really good at this. Even if you're not, lie to yourself. You will find yourself doing better just because you have these affirmations going around and around your head. That's what all these studies are indicating. And I just heard another one yet today. And the great thing about endurance sport is, for most of us, we don't go around beating ourselves up. We get positive affirmation from those around us. No one really cares what your finish time is. No one really cares about, unless you win or something, no, even then, you have to really, win something big before anyone really cares. Finishing is an extraordinary thing. Just being out there on the course gets people to cheer you on, gets people positive motivation, positive affirmations. That's where we live. You don't normally get that in the real normal world outside endurance sport. There isn't that sense of positivity that you get. We have less than 1 minute to go before we speed up for our last 6-minute segment. So my point being is that the endurance world, for the most part, there are those people that are out there, they come to the finish line and they are, damn it, I didn't make my time, and they beat themselves senseless psychologically. And that's just defeating themselves, because along the way, and I'll discuss this in my psychological discussion in a couple of weeks about mental toughness, is along the way, like I'm saying, that positive affirmation is so important. And that goal creation based on a positive thing is so important. And we're going to start up in about 15 seconds. The negative thing that people do when they beat themselves up the finish line, they're beating themselves up the whole way and they're killing their finish time. They're just defeating themselves. And here we go, speeding up in 3, 2, 1, and go. 6-minute last, 6-minute set. Be positive, love yourselves, give yourselves positive affirmation. Let's do it. 6 minutes last, 6 minutes. Then you have 3-minute recovery, then 2 minutes. Then we're going to watch a video that I think you'll be excited to see. 6 minutes. Great work, you guys. You're already 30 seconds into it now. Already it's going by. You're already kicking butt. Great effort, everybody. Good job, you guys. We are coming up on 1 minute right now. 1 minute into your 6-minute segment. Good. Over 1:30 into it. Going quick. Keep up that high intensity, about 80% 10K pace. After recovery, the next set is going to be a little faster, 2 minutes, a little faster. We are coming up on 2 minutes, almost at 2 minutes. And right, 2 minutes. That's over 2 minutes into that 6 minute set. Great effort, you guys. Good job. Coming up on halfway, 3 minutes. Great work. Keep pushing. 3 minutes. You're feeling great. Those are the positive affirmations you want to tell yourself. I feel good. I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm feeling great. Go for it. I'm coming up on the finish line. I am winning the LA Marathon. I see it in sight. Nobody's in front of me. We are doing great stuff. Coming up on 1.5 minutes to go only. And that is 1.5 minutes right now. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Great work, you guys. Positive affirmations. I am great. I am an athlete. Don't even think a doubt about it. You are an athlete. Bill Bowerman, who invented the Nike shoe, and we're at 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Bill Bowerman, who invented the Nike shoe, has a famous quote, "If you have a body, you are an athlete," quote unquote. There it is. Bill Bowerman, head coach at University of Oregon for many years. Coach Steve Prefontaine, a lot of the other notable guys from the 70s at the university there. We're coming up on 1.5 minutes to go at 4.5 minutes right now. Great work, you guys. Good job. Coming up on 5 minutes with 1 minute to go. It's going real quick. This last 6 minute segment before our last 2 minute, 5 minutes, there it is. Less than 1 minute to go. Excellent effort, you guys. Excellent. Hanging on in there. Final push. You got this. For less than 45 seconds to go. It's going quick. Great work. Excellent. I see a couple of you moving. 30's less than 30 seconds to go. Less than 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's shut it down and walk it out. Whoops, sorry. Walk it out, slow walk, or for everybody. And then runners, when your heart rate comes down a little bit, then start jogging a little bit when your rate of perceived exertion comes down. Your breathing rate comes down, then start jogging a little bit. And even walkers can pick it up a little bit once you're rate of perceived exertion, your heart rate, your breathing rate come down a little bit. We're 30 seconds. We only have 3-minute recovery, but then we only have a 2-minute workout, a 2-minute high intensity set after this. But this one is going to be a little faster. This 2 minutes is not 80% or 10K. This is 90% or 5K pace effort, or what we call interval pace for your VDOT value. So 90% 5K pace or interval pace if you're calculating your VDOT value. We have less than 2 minutes to go. And then that 2-minute little faster pace. Now it's not 100, it's 90%. So you're not sprinting. And then after our recovery, after this 2-minute segment, then we get to see, we have 5-minute recovery, and then we get to see our video. We're speeding up in 25 seconds. And we're speeding up in 20 seconds. And I'll explain what that video is during right after this in your cool down. And we're starting in 10. Get ready to speed up. 8, 7, 6, 5. Here we go to speed up. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's everybody speed up as I drop my stopwatch and I hit it. We are 2 minutes at 90% of your maximum effort. I like the word maximal. Sounds cool. Great work, you guys. Last set at high intensity of the night. This is it. You got it. You are great. You're an athlete. You can push yourself. You can walk fast for walkers. You can run fast for runners. 90%, all you guys. Run walkers, you're running. Get that heart rate higher. That's what raising your threshold is all about. Good job, you guys. You are training your body to release waste product or generate waste product at a lower amount. And your body is becoming more efficient from doing this workout tonight. And the 2-minute is actually engaging some faster muscles as well. And maybe even pushing your threshold, your anaerobic threshold, a little higher so you can go farther on a little more fat from all this. You are already almost there. You've got 35 seconds left to go, and that is it. 30 seconds left to go. That is it for tonight's high intensity effort. 25 seconds left. 20 seconds left. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. This is it. The end of the night. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's all over, everybody, except the 5-minute recovery jog. And that begins, the 5-minute recovery walk for walkers, 5-minute recovery jog for runners and run walkers once your heart rate comes down a little bit for everybody. And for runners, you're probably able to jog a little bit now, slowly, right about now. For run walkers, you're probably able to jog a little bit slowly, and a couple more seconds or so. And then walkers, you're probably able to speed up your walk just a little bit more, not much, still real comfortable level, about now as well. So we have, we're almost a minute into our 5-minute cool down. And then I'll show you our movie, our video. And here's the video. I want you to imagine this. So many people mistakenly create a goal of a race that's a negative. You don't ever want a negative goal. And the negative goal might be something like this. I will not being an integral part of any negative goal. I will not come in last. Okay, that's a negative goal. I want you to watch the last person finish at the Kona Ironman, what we call midnight finish. I want you to see this. We are almost 2 minutes into that 5-minute recovery cool down. You're going to see the last person finish of the entire race. No one finishes after this person. Nobody. This is it. I typed in Ironman midnight finish, Kona, and this was the video that came up first. It is only about 2 minutes long, and it's Kona, Hawaii. But this is the video that I'm going to show you tonight. The last person, what some of you may view as your biggest nightmare, you're about to watch. This is endurance sports. You're coming up on 3 minutes in your 5-minute cool down effort. And then we'll see that video. And after that, then we'll do a stretch. Group stretch, either standing or lying on the ground, group stretch. You're 3 minutes exactly into your 5-minute recovery cool down. So great workout tonight, everybody. And we only have a little bit more to go. And as I say, I think next week I'm at a meeting and we're going to have a guest coach. But the weekend after that, I think you may find it very interesting. More neurological science and endurance sport than anything, although I will have kind of a motivational story like I usually do. But it's really what are the tools to really focus on mental toughness, as opposed to say, I'm just going to be mentally tough. That doesn't work. What are the tools you can use to get yourself there? That's in 2 weeks. So we are coming up on 4 minutes with only 1 minute left to go in your recovery, cool down, jog, and then just stop, watch your screen for about 2 minutes, and then we'll do our stretching and we'll be done with the evening. And I'm going to record this video while we're playing it for you guys. And we're coming up on only about 30 seconds left to go in what would hopefully be, for walkers and runners and run walkers, just a real easy, comfortable cool down period of total 5 minutes. But we only got about 20 seconds left now. And 15. And we're going to stop it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. So if everybody wants to just stop for a sec, look at your screen. As soon as I find this video, here it is. Look at this screen as it expands. There we go. And this, you'll note the time on the clock. Can all you guys see that? Thumbs up? Yes, you can see the clock, all that? Yeah, okay. James, can you see the clock on my screen? Yeah, good. You'll note the clock. In an Ironman, you have 17 hours to finish an Ironman. There is a cutoff. You start at 7 in the morning, you finish at midnight. So there are waves. So this person actually started about 7:20 or so in the morning, and she has been going, she is over 70 years old, young, and she has been going for almost, look at that clock, 17 hours. It's 16:59 on the clock, and you're going to watch her finish last person. Here we go. Kona Ironman, this is 2012, was the first video that I typed in Ironman midnight finish. This is what popped up. Here you go. Last finisher of the night. Mm-hmm. Good. And that is the final finisher. That's endurance. Let's stretch. Sure. Oops. Sorry, that's the shared video still going on. Sorry about that. There we go. I stopped sharing. Oh, stop this. Oh, stop it. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, you guys. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's stretch. Here we go. For those of you who are, let me get my light going here. For those of you who are, wait a minute, go over here. For those of you who are standing, first stretch is just glute stretch. Just bring your knee up toward your chest. And we're going to do 3 sets of 10 seconds each. For those of you lying on the ground at home or someplace where you can lie on the ground, move that out of the way. Just lie back, bring your knee toward your chest. And here we go, same 3 sets of 10 seconds. And here we go, ready? Begin, and 1, 2, 3, lie your head back. I'm just looking at my screen, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, release the stretch, same leg, same stretch. Again, begin, standing people, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch, same thing, 3rd set. I'm just looking at my screen, otherwise put your head back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch legs. If you're too tight, you can keep your knee up. Or if you're loose enough, you can stretch your leg out. And here we go. Ready? Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for those of you who are lying down, bend your one knee, put your ankle over your knee, put your other knee down toward one side. Keep both shoulder blades pinned to the ground. Your arm on the one side goes straight down, and look at that outstretched arm. You're stretching your chest, your whole side, that IT band, if you have IT issues, right where my red line, my stripe on my pants are, that's stretching that out. And just stretch it out like that for 3 sets of 10 again. Standing, people, really quick. Cross one foot over the other. Bring your hands down to one side so you're sticking your hip out on one side, stretching that whole side, and coming down to your ankle, or as far down as you can go, your shoe if you can, down there. I'm going to do it lying down. Here we go. Same thing, standing or lying, and begin. Look at that outstretched arm. Keep both shoulder blades pinned to the ground, and begin. Whoops. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch by going over your other side, or stand up. If you're standing, just stand up straight. And here we go. Second set. Begin, and 1. 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set with this side, and begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's roll over on the other side, or shift if you're standing to the other side, and begin your stretch. Here we go. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. On the wrong side. And second set, and begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Second set, here we go. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. Begin, and here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's everybody on your back again. I'll show you the standing version in just 1 second. And this is for your piriformis, right in the side of your lower part of your hip, right there, by your glutes. Cross one thigh over the other this time, and bring, with opposite arm, bring that knee over toward the opposite side and toward your opposite shoulder. And here we go. So you're feeling it right in that lower hip right there. Everybody else, the standing version of this would be something you probably all have done after a workout. It's just cross one leg over the other, sit back into it a little bit so you really feel it right in that piriformis, that side of the lower part of your hip right there by your glutes, right in there. That's your piriformis where you want to be able to feel it. And here we go. Ready? And begin. And here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Second set and begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs, or if you're standing, switch sides. And here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. Second set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Quad stretch is next. So for those of you lying down, let's get perpendicular, flat on the ground. Grab your shoe around where the top of your laces are and your ankle right there. So you can kind of pull back on your foot and stretch your top of your ankle out as well. You want your leg, standing or lying, leg pretty much parallel to the other leg, and pull up and back. And those of you standing can do the exact same thing, but standing on one leg. Not quite as efficient for a couple different reasons, the least of which is you may be wavering back and forth trying to maintain balance. But let's do it. And here we go. Let's get back a little bit more. And I'm running out of room here. Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. And second set and begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's roll over on the other side, or for those of you standing, just grab your other leg. And here we go. I'm off my own little carpet here. And begin. You can put your head down, just totally relax, and begin in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Second set and begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's everybody sit up. Or for those of you standing, let me show while you're sitting up. Those of you standing, we're going to stretch out the inner thigh. So I just want you to do this kind of thing. You don't want to extend your knee over your foot. So just put your foot out a little farther. Stretch out that inner side of your thigh, that adductor muscle. And then we'll go back the other way. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 seconds there, and then 3 sets of 10 seconds there. And it's just a stretch. You can have your hand on your knee. This is not for strength building. It's just stretch only. So here, and everyone lying on the ground, just put both feet together. I don't know if you can see me. Put both feet together. Put your ankles up, your hands on your ankles. Keep your back relatively straight. You don't want to be hunched over. and just push down gently on your inner thigh right in there. So everybody, here we go. Begin, and 1, 2, standing people, just pick one side, and then we'll have you do the other. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set, and begin. Same thing for standing people. This one side only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Third and final set. Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for those of you standing, switch sides. Everybody else, let's get on one knee. So now those of you standing are doing this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release, and again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And third set, standing people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's everybody, standing version of this is just bend your back knee. It's not a straight leg calf stretch, that's like this, but bend your back knee and lean forward so you feel it right in there gently. Don't pull really hard, but you want to feel it right in the front there, your iliopsoas muscle, your rectus femoris a little higher, right in there. That's the area you're stretching. For everybody else, let's get on one knee. I have a pillow I'm going to use. And let me get back a little farther, sorry. And here we go. So you see me a little better. I'm going to put my hands up over my head, which you can't really see, only to stretch out my upper back. My hands are holding each other way above my head. And I'm just leaning forward, that same stretch right in that area there. And in this case, for those of us on the ground, we can push in with our back leg, push down with your top leg. You're generating muscle release from really pushing in like that. Got it? So here we go with your hands above your head if you're comfortable with that. And begin, and 10 seconds, and 1, 2, push, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. And second set, here we go, begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Let's go over on the other knee. Same thing with you standing people, just switch legs. And here we go. And begin, same thing, that pushing inward thing. Begin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set, here we go, and begin. And 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Third and final set, here we go, begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's all stand up if you aren't already. Get rid of that. There we go. Calf stretch. And again, you're going to have, let me back up so you can see, one foot in line with your eyesight. You'll notice my back foot is in line with my eyesight. It's not out like that, it's in line. My front foot is turned so I'm not like on a tightrope. I'm not about to fall over. And here we go. Ready? You're not stretching your front leg. You're stretching your back leg. Right back in there in the calf. Here we go. Begin. And 1. Whoops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Second set. And begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the stretch. Third and final set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch legs. Same stretch. The other leg. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the stretch. Second set. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And third and final set. Here we go. Begin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I want to thank everybody for being a part of tonight's workout and sticking around for stretch. And thanks, you guys. Whoops, I'm going in the darkness. And have a great evening. I'm going to ask you guys to unmute if you want. I am going to turn off the recording right about now.